It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many miracles burning my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell, as Sylvester Stallone. They showing me love in my city. Ain't saying hippies. Women like Nicki know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk inside the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Blue 60. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 43.
So look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
And middle. Much 56. Who that?
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming for you, son. Watch the edge. Check. Crunch. All right. Crunch. Joker. Back. Hey, check 26. Look again.
Now Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Shut up, 319. Go to the mic. Curry. He's checking crack.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Mike 51. Not today.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 5-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Bang, bang, 21. Bang, bang.
And this is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
56 is the mic. Wahoo! 56, Mike, 56. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 56. Omaha, ready, move. Check 56. Hey, let's get this, get this. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 24. Check 24. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3. Real right. 22. Check.
Here's Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That's track. Switch. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check 52.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Tramon Williams, a veteran corner there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check. Fresno. Pick the edge. Go.
Here's McKissick. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1.
Ready. Waiting. Stick with the mic. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's get moving. White. 56. Go. Check tight. 56. The mic, boy. 56. Check 56.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. But he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Jones. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Got it? Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40, Mike 40. Go, go, go. Hey, watch it. Go. Big grip.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47th.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, not a huge gain there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
3rd and 2.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
All day, Lance. 50 wants the mic. 50 wants the mic. I'm coming. Bring it around. Yeah, Liz. 51.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 29, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Lions' 27-yard line.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Watch the twist.
They'll try again with Jones. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, as the 1st half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches.
SOS. To the 50. Hey, orbit. 40, Mike, 40. On the ball. Hey, 40's Mike right there.
Here's Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. Now they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40. Jim. And let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Stafford. For the catch made by Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Kill. Check. Lucky.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Check 15. Check 15.
6-6. Pull it hard.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The first down carry here for Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They go to Johnson again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Ready. Waiting. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's complete to Jones. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Set. 180. Hey, Red.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Danny Amendola, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run, as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds his time. Lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
258.
Yeah, let's go sandwich.
Inside. Check back. 258.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers will get this into the hands of Breida. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. They'll set up a screen from Breida. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Hey, take 26.
Hey, we got 3 down. Check. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Set! 280!
Right there. 56.
Roger John! Hey, 50!
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. Stay 50, stay 50.
Check the backer.
Alert!
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Lions on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35.
A gain of 21 yards.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
On first down, Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or two short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Christian Jones, the one who picked it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Jim. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. From the 29, Stafford, he's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here we go. Here we go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. And 30. 25. We are going.
Check 25.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Tighten up. Back north.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Back north. Go right. Hey, Haywood.
And again, it's Rodgers. And Graham's got it. Down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know that's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
No. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
On first down, Johnson. Carl Nassib there on the tackle. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And what's the ball?
Under 10. 10. Alert flare.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Lions, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2 and 3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many miracles burning my dome like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, it's a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Ain't saying hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings of the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clippity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they yo, they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they yo, they taking notice.
like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit the direct. Who's that knocking at my window?